All right, so this is Tylor Megill. It looks like Tyler, but I heard them say it Tylor. So I may pronounce it wrong throughout the decode. Uh, he's a Mets pitcher, and they lose him for at least 1 month with a right elbow sprain. Now, what I'm seeing here is this was the last game he pitched, Sunday, June 8th, with the 13-5 victory. You see as I scroll down here. So he pitched 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. Now I'm assuming that 5 innings pitched and the victory, I'm assuming he picked up the win in that game. So he pitched 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, and you see over here, he's 5-5 on this season so far. All right, so Mets manager Carlos Mendoza said before Tuesday night's game against the Atlanta Braves, the team would wait for inflammation in Megill's elbow to decrease before being able to determine the severity of the injury. Again, he's placed on the 15-day injured list with a right elbow sprain. Mendoza says the best case scenario is the inflammation goes away in as few as 7 days. Then we're looking at 4 to 5 weeks, Mendoza said. Megill is the second Mets starter to land on the injured list in 4 days. Right-hander Kadai Senga was placed on the 15-day injured list on Friday with a right hamstring strain. The strain is considered mild, and Senga will be shut down for 2 weeks before being reevaluated. And here's that picture right here. You see him down right there? So there's that guy. All right. And, just kind of like a basic injury story here. I mean, not so much if you're the injured. It appears that the Mets are going to be playing today, and you see they're first in the National League East, 45-28. So that's a pretty solid record. And let's see who will be pitching today, if we're allowed to see. Oh, maybe we're not allowed to see. Game preview, maybe. In Atlanta. Okay, so it will be Paul Blackburn, it looks like. Right there, Paul Blackburn. Now this guy is 0-0 with a 6.75 ERA. I'm not sure if that was Tylor Megill's spot or not, but this guy doesn't have anything logged as far as a record, so that's possible. But let's go back over here now. All right. So let's play this video. Here he is speaking on the right elbow sprain.
During the game, just felt some pulling on my elbow, mainly sliders, curveballs, fastball, changeup felt fine, but more so in the off-speed stuff. Kind of why I had no idea where sliders were going during the game. Obviously hit two people, spiked 150 feet, and then hit Magnum in the foot there in the third inning. Yeah.
Did you get an MRI?
Yeah, I got an MRI. Just lots of inflammation around the elbow. It's kind of what's pissing off the tendons and ligaments, so that's why.
Did it show that there's no ligament damage though?
No, it's structurally fine. Just a lot of inflammation surrounding the elbow, all the ligaments and tendons, which is really aggravating it.
This is the thing where you just rest for a few weeks maybe and then start throwing again?
Yeah. So right now it seems like 7 to 10 days of throw and then reassess after that. Feel good. Just start ramping up again.
How confident are argue that this is just going to be an isolated incident, not something that's going to linger beyond whenever you get back out there?
Considering all things elbow related, I would say this is probably the best outcome that could happen from something like.
You could tell the world is a stage. Could you imagine, like, you go to your job and you got to, like, speak in front of a microphone? The world is a stage, okay? Think about that. You got to, like, talk to media and you could tell it's, like, awkward, isn't it? The world is a stage. You think about some of these um serious incidents with crimes where they have, like, the fire department, the police chief, they got to go in front of a mic and speak. Think about it. It's like actors, right? But anyways, look at this is Tylor Megill. That's how they list his name. And he hits and he connects with Tupac, which Tupac has been connecting in about every decode lately because his birthday was just a couple of days ago. And you see Tylor Megill has 166 in the reverse cipher, and that's Tupac's birthday, the 16th day of the 6th month. And Tylor even has T like Tupac, right? And you see right over here, Tylor Megill. All right, now there's more with the Tupac stuff. This guy's nickname is Big Drip, like kind of like Notorious Big. You see that? And you see the poster in the background of that picture. I added Diddy in there because Diddy is trending. Okay. And you see Bad Boy Entertainment poster back there. Obviously Biggie with Bad Boy, but Diddy trending with his court case. The association with Bad Boy Entertainment. And I mentioned the whole Diddy trial that's trending. So you got the Notorious Big connected with Tupac here. Both of them connected with Diddy. R.I.P. to both of them. Diddy's been linked to both the characters. But the Notorious Big, this guy's nicknamed Big Drip. He's a tall guy. I didn't go take a deep dive on the nickname, but maybe it kind of comes from that. It kind of sounds like a rapper name too, doesn't it? Big Drip. So yeah, you get Tupac connected here by the numbers with this guy's name. And then you get the nickname even, Big Drip, like Biggie. And all of this energy has been hidden in these decodes. If there's other decoders out there and they've decoded other stories, we all kind of come together by the numbers, right? So they're going to be hitting on these same numbers in their decodes. Because all of these stories seem to just be coming out by this code and by this pattern with the numbers and the language, where certain words are going to equal the same thing. Okay, and this 1 and the 6, the 6 and the 116, 1691, all of this has been popping up. Now, what a day for a New York Mets story. You can see Tuesday, June 17th, he was placed on the DL. Look at Tuesday's the 168th day of the year. New York Mets equals 168 in the language. He even, the Mets even connect with elbow here, as this is a right elbow sprain. Look at that. New York Mets 57 like elbow. Even Mets has 57 and 24 like elbow. Elbow's got 78 like New York. And it's all with the language. Anybody can do this. This isn't something where you don't have to come to this channel to get this information. This is simply the alphabet forwards. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. That's an easy method. Reverse, the alphabet would be in reverse. There's 26 letters, so the last letter is Z, so in reverse, Z would be 1, right? And A would be 26. And then you have the reduction ciphers applied both ways. So there's 4 base ciphers overall. And how do you reduce? Well, everything's going to be single digits. Now, you ask, how could that happen if you hit the 10th letter all the way to 26? Well, you're going to add the 10th letter is J forwards. 1 plus 0 is 1. So you just add the double digits together and reduce to 1, okay? In reverse, the 10th letter would be Q. 1 plus 0 is 1. And that's it with the reduction ciphers, okay? You don't see regular reduction in there, but you see reverse reduction. And it's just 4 base ciphers I use to show you this, all right? And this being placed on the injured list 1 month 11 days before his birthday, and New York equals 111 in the ordinal cipher, okay? And his birthday is July 28, and you see it right there, Tylor Megill. So what are the chances of that? You know? And New York's the 11th state on top of that. And, you know, there's been a lot of decodes out there where you have the number 11 attached to New York, and we'll get more into that as we go forward here. But 1 month 11 days before his birthday, New York 111. This number has been popping up in trending stories, and I'm going to show you some examples. All right? Because you see his birthday leaves 156 days in the year. And that's actually 1 day before the Tupac birthday as well, the 15th day of the 6th month. So this hits a few different ways, okay? But the 156th prime number is 911, and we know 911 is connected to New York, and 911 is for emergency. The 156 just hit in the last decode I did with R. Kelly. All right? It was a 156-day span from his birthday to what his legal team is saying. Prison staff provided him an overdose quantity of medication June 12th. So from R. Kelly's birthday to that day is a 156-day span. And again, you see that number hit in the last decode I did. So you can see I don't think that's a coincidence. Now we hit with the 156 with this guy's birthday. This pitcher for the Mets. You see that? 156, 156. It also hit with Mackenzie Holmes. And shout out to Richard West for pointing out Mackenzie is kind of like Machiavelli Tupac as well. And Tupac was all connected in that story also. So the 156 hits in 3 stories here that are trending. And again, the 156th prime number is 911. There was 19s all littered throughout the Seattle Storm decode. Remember, S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. Even Shakur's got the S. Okay, so this number has been trending lately. Now I'm going to break away just for a minute. We can go to Tylor Megill over here. So this guy made his Major League Baseball debut in 2021, and Megill pitched 5 innings of a combined no-hitter on April 29th, 2022, and I'm going to show you with slides how that factors into this decode as well. I'm going to put no-hitter in here. Look at no-hitters got 109 like 19. You see that right there? That's on the fly, okay? So that's perfect as we go back over here now. Wow, right? Okay, and never forget 911, and this is a pitcher in New York for the Mets. So you're always going to get these numbers. And remember that One World Trade Center looks like that Space Needle, and space even equals 91 to connect to that Seattle Storm trending story right there. That no-hitter that he was a part of, April 29th, 2022, that was the 119th day of the year, and it even had 19-date numerology, and it was a 91-day span from that no-hitter to his birthday, July 28th that year, okay? And that was a combined no-hitter. So it was multiple players, multiple pitchers. He pitched 5 innings, which is solid. And that takes it over the top that was the 119th day of the year with the 91-day span from that game to his birthday. That's wild, isn't it? And that's really undeniable. He's even 6'7", and that's the 19th prime number, 67. And Tylor J. Megill equals 67. The 67 even hit in this breakdown. Katie Holmes, or Mackenzie Holmes, excuse me, she's filling a spot of a player who got traded to the Dallas Wings. Wings like airplane wings, right? But that player they sent to Dallas, and the Storm sent to Dallas, she was 6'7" as well, the 19th prime. And again, they signed Mackenzie Holmes to fill that spot. So you could see the 67 hits again here, the 19th prime number. And again, a tall player, a tall pitcher, so maybe the nickname Big Drip. You know what? There was also Randy Johnson, the big unit, who pitched and had a lot of success with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was a tall player too, and his name was the big unit, Randy Johnson. That's amazing because he was a part of the team that beat the Yankees after 9/11. So that's amazing as well. When I was doing the research, look at this guy that popped up. Right. I hope I still have it up.